All right. Today we are looking at some kind of art that I found on YouTube. Art. Not fart, art. We're looking at some kind of special space art done by Angus McKee. I think it's kind of wild. We're going to trip on together. But first, this is ICA. You know, Igor's Cable Access. Unedited, never rehearsed. And I need that one like and that one subscriber. Will it be you? I don't know. But I do know one thing. Somebody had to leave the window open so you might see things flying around that are coming in from the window. Yeah, somebody had to leave the window open, the fans on, and the air conditioner. Anyways, let's check out this thing by Angus McKee. Let's trip on what they call this space art. Alright. Let us begin. First of all, it kind of looks like, you know, those little StarCom figures. You know, the ones that had the magnets on the bottom of their feet, if you even know what I'm talking about. It kind of looks like a really Tripnotic StarCom playset. Alright, here we go. Maybe like a Sears only edition. Alright. Okay. Now that right there looks like Cloud City. That's probably the way that Lando saw Cloud City after him and Han got off that 2-week party. Let's see some more of this. Oh yeah. Chewie was there too. Alright. Let's see here. And they were flying back in the Millennium Falcon, and he was worried about Han's flying, and he was looking over, and that's what he saw. Wow. Let's see some more of this. Wow. Yeah. Okay, now this is a trip. This right here looks like the Jetsons world. You know, like Meet George Jetson. This looks kind of like the Jetsons, but somehow, some way, Mario got involved in it. And Toad come around, and somebody ate a mushroom, and it did more than make them power up. And this is what the town turned into. That right there is a Mario, Toad, Jetsons trip. World 5. Now, take another sniffy poo of this thing. But you gotta admit, this is good drawing. I couldn't do this even if I had tracing paper. Wow. Now that right there looks like a Star Wars city where all the bad things happen. And Obi-Wan went there, but don't tell Luke about it. Okay. This right here looks like a flying car. Let's say like on, let's say episode 2, Attack of the Clones or whatever, that Star Wars movie, when that assassin gets in there and like shoots that dart and all this stuff and jumps in this thing and flies off. It's got that weird morphing face. It looks like something off Critters. That right there is what I think of. When I see that, I actually think episode 2. For some reason that made me think of, well, it ain't Disney, but it's not real Star Wars enough. When you grew up watching the old real ones, the other ones are just too fake. And you don't even acknowledge Disney. Now, let's see here. I like to fly that thing. Wow. There's another illusion that like maybe Lando saw when they were partying too hard. Now this is neat. This right here is like a factory. It's like a factory where things that are going on that people just cannot explain. And the thing that really gets me is who had the time to draw all this. I mean, look at that. That had to take millions of hours to draw that. That right there is the trip of all the photos I've seen in here. Let's get another sniff of this. Wow. There's the Death Star. That looks like a Borg Death Star. Yeah. Now this looks like it come out of a comic book or something, man. It's saying something, I don't know. That's like probably the least coolest thing in this trip. Okay. I saw this in a movie somewhere, man. It's been a long time, but I'm thinking this looks like something from Heavy Metal. You know, when that robot comes down and sucks up that girl that's like working in that office or whatever. That right there, I'm thinking. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong movie in time. That reminds me of Heavy Metal. That's a cool movie. But it's not for kids. Anyways, let's take another sniff of this. Oh my goodness. Here, I'm whistling. Yeah, that reminds me of Heavy Metal. Okay, that right there is like the Led Zeppelin cover that you never saw. That right there was the cover of the album that they made that was never released, and the one that you never saw, heard of, or knew of, because the album was too trippy, too psychedelic, and too far out. That right there looks like the Led Zeppelin album cover that was just too much. Don't you think? Yeah, that looks like there's one of them damn bugs. You in that window, but that looks like the Led Zeppelin album cover that was just too much. Just imagine what the music would sound like. Probably stranger than the object. Let's see some more of this. Oh man, might be better than code. Here we go. I'm shutting that window here in a minute and turn that AC down. That right there looks like some kind of G.I. Joe, Mars, Rover, Grover thing. That's wild. That right there looks like the sad spaceship. It almost looks like this thing's showing some kind of emotion. It looks like it's flying around and it just don't want to be there. I mean, look at it, man. Look at the front of this. Don't this look like it's a sad face? It just says, you know what? I'm going through here again, but I don't want to. That's what that looks like. But it might be better if it was piloted by Luke Skywalker. Wow. Okay, that right there looks like Flash Gordon, Death Star, and 3 balls. Pretty much. Death Star, Flash Gordon, and 3 balls. Well, anyways, there it was. We looked at some space art together. Was it a trip? Honey, I thought so. There's other things I thought that were a trip that I really can't show, but anyways, there it was. Until next time, take it, leave it, or trip out in space. I'm out. Space art. I got one of them damn bugs. Alright, I'm out.